All right, welcome back, guys. We are now ready for the table saw step. So we're ready to rip our boards down to the correct width. As you remember from our safety instruction, we're going to start with our first 4 steps to setting up this table saw. So one of the steps is to first set our fence to the desired width for the boards. So we're going to go ahead and make our adjustments. In this case, I am going to do a 2-inch wide rip cut because that is the size that I want one of my boards to be. So I'm going to line up this red line on the table saw fence right at 2 inches. I'm going to push down on the lever for the fence so that it's locked into place. Now it's not going to move. So that's one of the steps to set up before you make a table saw cut. Another step is to check the blade height. I'm going to put my wood right up against that blade. The blade's a little low right now, so I'm going to spin this wheel down in front clockwise until that blade is about 1/4 inch above the wood. Once I've got that blade height set, I'm going to go ahead and check my board, which I just ran through the jointer, so I know that it's good. But I'm going to place it upright, make sure that it doesn't rock back and forth, so that I know I have a nice square edge that will go up against the fence. The final step is I need to make sure I have a push stick. So I'm going to come right back here, grab a push stick from our kickback stand so that that is ready to go once I'm ready to make my cut. As I make my cut, I'm going to start by holding it in my hands. Once I get up to the edge of the table, I'm going to grab the push stick and continue to make that cut. So I'm going to go ahead and start her up and complete 1 cut on the table saw. Grabbing the push stick, putting that on there. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to hit that stop button. Now I'm going to wait for that blade to come to a complete stop before I reach in to grab anything. Okay, blade is stopped. So now I've got this board. I have my 2-inch wide strip of oak that I just cut. And now I've got some extra. If I needed to cut more oak pieces, I could go ahead and set the fence to the width that I need, make that cut. And then if I have extra that I don't need, you can place this back on the lower cart that holds all of our hardwoods for the cutting boards. Once you are completed with the table saw steps, and remember, you'll do this same step with each piece of wood that you need for your cutting board. Depending on how you designed it, if it's 11 inches wide, so you could have 11 1-inch pieces, or you might have some 5 2-inch plus a 1-inch, or whatever variation that you've decided on. After you have squared up your stock and ripped your stock down to the correct width, step 4 shows you the cutting the stock step. In this case, I have provided you 20-inch long boards, which gives you a little wiggle room at the end that you can cut off. If you were starting with longer boards, and you would need to cut the stock down to length at this point, you would do that with the miter saw.